Welcome to Đồng Nai Radio and Television Station. Here comes to the news today. According to the Vietnam Ginseng Development Program to 2030, with an orientation to 2045, there are 9 areas in Vietnam to cultivate and develop ginseng, set a goal to become an internationally branded commodity. According to the program approved by the Prime Minister, there are 9 localities to cultivate and develop ginseng, including the following provinces: Quảng Nam, Kon Tum, Gia Lai, Lâm Đồng, Thừa Thiên Huế, Nghệ An, Lào Cai, Lai Châu, Điện Biên. The program targets 2030 is to conserve the genetic resources of Vietnamese ginseng in the wild, including the protection and development of process, conservation of biodiversity in the forest ecosystem, striving to increase the planting area of Vietnamese ginseng to about 21,000 hectares by 2030, so that 100% of the growing area of Vietnamese ginseng will be granted a blending area code and geographical indication. Orientation to 2045 to develop Vietnamese ginseng into an international branded commodity with a high export value, creating an important source of income for localities, striving to turn Vietnam into a major ginseng producer in the world. According to the General Department of Taxation, the total state budget revenue in the first 5 months of 2023 managed by the tax authority is estimated at 663,843 billion VND, equivalent to 48.3% of the ordinance estimated, equivalent 96.9% over the same period last year. There are 17 out of 63 localities whose process in the implementation of estimate is higher than 48%. In 21 out of 63 localities, the collection process is at an average level. Especially, there are 25 out of 63 localities with a close collection program under 42%. Facing the difficulty situation of the economy and to well perform the task of revenue collection in 2023, the General Department of Taxation said that in the upcoming time, it will focus on reviewing and accurately identifying the potential of untapped revenue sources to make up for the revenue shortfalls. In addition, the industry strengthened inspection and examination to prevent loss of budget revenue, collect top debts, and try to complete the task of collecting the state budget in 2023. According to the General Statistics Office, in the first 5 months, footwear export decreased by more than 13.3% compared to the same period in 2022. In Đồng Nai, footwear is the industry with the largest export turnover and the highest trade surplus. The decrease in the export had led to many difficulties for foreign enterprises to invest in this field. Enterprises in the beginning of the year had continuously cut labor and curtailed production. Facing these difficulties, according to the businesses, a medium and the long-term solution is needed. While in the short term, priority should be given to reducing difficulties for businesses to maintain operations because the world market's demand is very quick. Besides, it is necessary to reduce bank interest rates, reduce logistics costs, and refund VAT and land tax. The White House announced that the U.S. President Joe Biden yesterday signed into a law the Financial Responsibility Act of 2023, suspending the policy of applying the public debt ceiling. The legislation passed would extend loans and reserve government bill payments, thereby avoiding defaults that cause market panic, avoiding massive unemployment and an economic downturn. Earlier, the House and the Senate passed the bill when the President Biden and Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, reached an agreement after many negotiations. The two sides agreed to suspend the application of the debt ceiling of $31,400 billion USD for 2 years until January 1st, 2025. Budget spending limits for the fiscal years 2024 and 2025. The two sides also agreed to recover unused COVID-19 funds, speed up the license process for the energy projects, and increase the eligibility of the program for the poor. 3 Israeli soldiers and an Egyptian officer was killed in the shooting at the border between the two countries yesterday. Details are still unknown, but Israel had closed on the road leading to Egyptian border for investigation. According to the Israeli, an Egyptian border guard officer entered the country and started shooting, killing 3 Israeli soldiers before being shot dead. Egypt explained that this officer was chasing a drug smuggler when he crossed the border security fence into Israel. Major General Eliezer Toledano, commander of the Israeli Army Southern Command, says the army treated the incident as a terrorist attack. He says Israel would not leave any questions open, including the possibility that the shooting was related to the nighttime smuggling. The Egyptian military says the defense ministries of the two countries have telephoned to discuss incidents and coordinate to take measures to prevent similar incidents. This is the end of our news today. Thanks for watching. Have a good time. Goodbye.